Let's say you are really rich and you need a car, a luxury limousine of course. Do you go for the staple Mercedes S-Class, or do you think, sod it, you know, I've worked hard all my life, I'm worth millions, I'm just going to pay double and get a Bentley Flying Spur instead? Now, to find out if that is the right choice you should be making, oh yes, I'm here with the useful consumer journalism for the masses once again. To do that, what we're going to do is compare these cars' comfort. This is the life. Their performance, oh yeah, their technology, hey, it feels like I'm in a computer game, and their bling. Ooh. Anyway, I'm Matt Watson and you're watching CarWow.
Buying a new car? Then head to CarWow and my team will help you find your next car at a fair price. CarWow, your one-stop car buying comparison site.
Let's start this video by comparing the price of these two cars. So the Bentley starts from £163,000. However, this very car I'm sat in here, it's a W12 with loads of options. It costs £220,000. So the first thing for me to test to see if it's worth that money is whether I can do a donut in it, obviously. Let's see. Yes, you can. You wouldn't have thought that you could do that in a Bentley, but you clearly can slide around like a bit of a moron. Now, can you do that in an S-Class? So, this S-Class starts from £82,000, and this one I'm in here, the 500, with options, £110,000. Exactly half the price of the Bentley. So, is it half the fun? Let's find out. Come on. ESP is off. I didn't think that you'd be able to slide an S-Class around. I thought the stability control would just have none of it. Oh, wait a minute. That's interesting. Now it's let me slide around for a bit and it's like, oh no, that's the end of your fun. I'm going to start intervening now. Look. Oh no, we're off again. Oh, I'm starting to feel sick now though. Let's go that way. Ugh, yeah, I'm going to stop that because it's a bit silly. Yeah, the car's complaining now as well. Actually, let's be a bit more serious. One of the key selling points of these cars are how they look, what they say to other people. And the S-Class, it's just elegant, isn't it? It's timeless. The design has features like popping out your door handles, lots of chrome. It looks great in black. It sort of flies under the radar, yet looks sophisticated. And then you've got the three-pointed star at the front and this big grille. Yeah, it's a good-looking car, this. It's not in your face, but you know whoever's in it is wealthy. The Bentley, on the other hand, is far more conspicuous. I mean, this nose basically screams, money! I mean, look at the headlights. It's as though the car was smashed into a jeweller's shop. They're like filled with diamonds. Moving down the side, it's quite sporty looking for a limousine. Look at those alloy wheels, lovely. You've got strong creases down the side, muscular haunches. It's got some serious presence, this car. It's a bit more restrained around the back, but you have huge oval tailpipes because this car has a huge engine. Whoever owns this will have a huge bank balance, although it'll be slightly reduced after they bought this, of course. One of the reasons this Bentley costs so much money is because you've got a luxury car that's had loads spent on it to make sure that it still provides a sporty driving experience. So I'm going to put it into sports mode now, and it's stiffened up the standard air suspension, set up the adaptive dampers accordingly. It's also engaged the active anti-roll bars to keep it nice and flat in the bends. I'm also going to put the 8-speed automatic gearbox into sports mode, and now it's manual mode as well, and it's a dual clutch automatic gearbox for sporty fast changes, and the changes are quick, and so is the change of pace because of this W12 engine. It's well quick. And the biggest surprise though is the handling. This is a big heavy car, 2.4 tons, yet the way it goes around corners is a bit odd. It just stays so flat and it absolutely flies. Obviously the four-wheel drive system helps propel you out of the bends, but for the most part this is rear-wheel drive, and it only sends power forward when you need the extra traction at the front end to pull you out of a bend, or if you're starting to slide a bit at the rear. This is nuts, this is. I mean, it's not a sports car because it's so heavy, but it really does impress you on a twisty road, and you feel connected to the road. And that's what you want if you're buying a Bentley. You're probably a gentleman racer as well, aren't you? So, oh yes, here I am in my Bentley, and when I'm driving to the track, maybe it's Goodwood, I can enjoy myself by hooning my big luxury limousine through all the bends. Speaking of bends, let's try the Mercedes. Surely it can't be as sporty as this. No, it's not. Even when you put this S-Class into its Sport Plus mode, oh yeah, it has one better than Sport, it's not quite as keyed into the road as that Bentley. It's not shabby though in the way it goes about getting round corners. In fact, it's quite impressive for a car that is primarily designed as a wafty machine. The steering is responsive and it's precise. The car's obviously leaning more in the bends than that Bentley because it hasn't got active roll control. Well, this one hasn't. You can get an active roll control for it in other markets, but not in the UK for some reason. Also in the UK, we don't have rear wheel steering in the S-Class like you do on the Bentley, but they do in other markets. Don't know what it is with the UK. Yeah, and with those two features, it would handle a little bit better. But for the kind of people that are going to be driving this, which are chauffeurs mainly, you don't want them to be going around corners any quicker than this can. And if you've got your VIP in the back, you don't want to be making them feel sick. And it's got enough grip, it's got enough control that you can actually hustle along a twisty country road at quite a lick in this thing. And this one, being four-wheel drive, has plenty of traction as well. And the engine in this car, it might not have the power of the one that I've got in that Bentley, but it's got enough pace. More on that later because I'm going to launch both cars and time them from 0 to 60. Really though, the S-Class's main focus is to be able to clock up miles in the most relaxing way possible. If you've got to spend a lot of time behind the wheel, this is a very nice cabin to be in. Because Mercedes has put a lot of the car's functions to this touchscreen, there's hardly any buttons, so it's very zen-like, minimalistic, it looks cool, and generally material quality is lovely, apart from in a few places where it's cheap, like this button here, cheap, the gear selector, cheap, the air vents, cheap and plasticky. Other than that though, it's fine. And yes, it's technology laden, amazing infotainment screens and digital driver's display with loads of information, a high-tech steering wheel with touch sensitive buttons, which actually are quite hard to use, to tell you the truth. What I can't complain about though, the massage seats. The seats are very comfortable to start with, but then you can make them even more comfortable by choosing from a wide range of massage functions. So you've got hot relaxing back massage, hot relaxing shoulder massage, mobilizing massage, activating massage, classic massage, wave massage, depth waves, deep workout, workout backrest, and workout cushion. Let's go for that one and let's make it intense. Ooh, it's massaging my buttocks. I kind of like it. Unfortunately, unlike the Mercedes, the Bentley won't massage your arse. Also, there's only like 6 different massage functions. I mean, look, wave, pulse, stretch, lumbar and shoulder. That's your lot. Still, the massage does seem to be deeper. Speaking of which, the quality in here is deeper than in the S-Class. Everything you touch just feels exquisite, like the classic Bentley organ stops for the air vents. And the leather is just lovely, soft. In fact, Bentley only uses balls for its leather because cows can have stretch marks and you don't want that on your interior trim. They are also racing fields without barbed wire, so there's no nicks in the skin. Oh, the poor balls, they suffered for their art. And this interior is a work of art as well. Yes, there's lots of buttons and it doesn't quite have the tech of the S-Class, but it's just so exquisite. I mean, check out the door. Look at this, it's got like textured leather, it's amazing. And yeah, you might think, oh, it's a bit old fashioned, but yeah, you know, Bentley likes that kind of harking back to heritage. And you can do that, you know, if that's a bit too high tech for you can get rid of it. Let's go for some old fashioned gauges. Oh yes, that's much more Bentley. And when you turn the car off, obviously that just flips away. And you've got a nice piece of furniture there. Look, it's lovely in here. Now let's compare the engines. With the Mercedes, you can get a 3 litre straight 6 diesel, a 3 litre straight 6 turbo petrol, or a 3 litre straight 6 turbo petrol plug-in hybrid. There's also a 4 litre twin turbo V8 and a 6 litre twin turbo V12. Power ranges from 286 horsepower to 612 horsepower, and you can get the car as rear wheel drive or all-wheel drive. With the Bentley, you can get a 3 litre V6 plug-in hybrid, a 4 litre twin turbo V8, or a 6 litre twin turbo W12. Power ranges from 544 horsepower all the way up to 635 horsepower, and the car is always four-wheel drive. This particular car is a 6 litre W12. This one is the 3 litre straight 6. So what I want to know is, do 12 cylinders sound twice as good as 6 cylinders? Let's find out. Let's listen to the Mercedes first. So come on, rev it up. Come on. That doesn't sound like a straight 6. It sounds more like a vacuum cleaner. Now, I know it's got a soft limiter, but still. Well, that's a bit disappointing. Let's have a listen to the Bentley. Come on, rev this up. Oh, yes. Oh, that's nice. Now, you can actually get around the soft limiter in the Bentley by putting it into neutral, then revving it, and then you can enjoy that noise. And I think we've just proved that 12 cylinders sounds more than twice as good as 6 cylinders. Well, it does in this case anyway. Good on Bentley. Oh yeah. I'm literally getting poisoned right now, but hey, it's worth it. Okay, let's do a brake test, see how well these cars can stop, because they're quite heavy. This one weighs 2.1 tons. So, full emergency stop from 100 miles an hour. Ooh! Come on, Mercedes, you're supposed to be about safety as well as luxury. So this took 357 feet to stop from 100 miles an hour, and that is this in meters. Can the Bentley do any better? Let's see how quick this car stops from 100 miles an hour. Here we go, full emergency stop coming up right now. Oh, it's a heavy car, 2.4 tons. What's it gonna do? From 100 miles an hour, it took 387 feet, which is this much in meters. Now, one of the great things about the Flying Spur is that while it's fun to drive yourself, if you want to have a bit of a drink, then it's also good to be driven in. Speaking of having a drink, look, I've got a fridge in there. I can keep champagne and stuff. Because I'm driving today, I didn't put any champagne in there. So how does this work out as a chauffeur vehicle? Well, look, I've got the front passenger seat all the way forward, and I've got loads of space to stretch out. These seats are really nice and comfy. I can recline them. Oh, come on, that's it. That's nice. Yeah, I'm liking that. And I can control loads of functions on the seat. So we've got like seat heating, we've got massage, loads of stuff like that. I love this tablet as well. Check this out. I can eject it. It's just so expensive feeling the way it does that. And if you don't want people looking in on you, you can also close the blind. So yeah, I want some peace and quiet now. There we go. Just rest on my lovely Bentley cushion. The Mercedes has pretty much the same features in the back as the Bentley. So you've got your blinds for privacy. You've also got a fridge, though this particular car doesn't have the fridge fitted. You've got a tablet, and it's bigger in the Mercedes. It doesn't feel quite as nice or as expensive. Neither do the carpets, which are just normal carpets, whereas you get thick pile in the Bentley. However, there is one area that the Mercedes wins out, and it's this. So if I press this button here, it's going to go into full first class mode. Now you can move the seat in the front of the Bentley out the way from the rear as well, but what you don't have in the Bentley that you have here is a lovely little footrest. And in the Mercedes, the rear seats recline more than they do in any other limousine. It really is amazingly comfortable and spacious back here, especially in this long wheelbase version, which is the one you want if you're going to be chauffeured about. I mean, look at this, even more room to stretch out. This is glorious. The Mercedes is also the car you want if you want to wow people with technology, because this thing is absolutely fully loaded with the stuff. You get augmented reality for the satellite navigation, so it'll superimpose directions over a live camera feed of the road ahead, and you even get augmented reality directions superimposed on the road through the heads-up display. With a digital driver's display, you have a 3D option, and it looks amazing. Unfortunately, it doesn't show up on camera, so you can't actually see it here in this video, I'm afraid. What you can see, though, are the surround view cameras. I mean, look at that. You can see all around the car. It's not quite a PlayStation 5, but it's getting on for video game quality. It's absolutely nuts what this car can do. And then, of course, there's the ambient lighting. When you change the temperature, like this, if I make it hotter, the ambient lighting will go red. There we go, to signify that it's getting hotter, and then when I go cooler, it flashes blue. And you can actually choose from so many different colours. Look at all these different colours you can choose from there. It's so adjustable. How many colours are there? Let's find out. Oh, look, it appears there are 64 of them in total. Like I said, it'll wow you. The Bentley can't match the Mercedes for the latest technology, but it's still got a wow factor. I mean, check this out. Arise, flying bee, arise. How cool is that? And the mascot is just so solid and expensive feeling. And when you turn the lights on, look at this. The wings illuminate. Now you might think, well, what happens? Someone's going to want to nick that. Well, if you start to meddle around with this, Disappears again. That is a proper wow factor. In fact, if you want to be wowed when selling your car, why don't you go to CarWow? Now, what you can do is upload some photos, put a brief description of your car, and our dealers will bid on the car you're trying to sell to make sure you get a great price for it. Now, if you want to do that now, click on the pop-out banner up there or follow the link in the description below. Alternatively, at a later date, simply Google "Wow Me CarWow" and we'll wow you, just like this car. Another way these cars are supposed to wow you is with their comfort, and I'm going to actually test them using some apps on my phone. So I'm going to see how quiet the cars are first. I'm starting with the Bentley and record the noise levels at 70 miles an hour. So let me just start this off. So according to this, at 70 miles an hour we have 77 decibels. Now I'm going to check out the comfort level. So we've got the suspension in its comfiest setting. I'm going to use this seismometer here to measure the vibration levels, but I'm just going to set it down here so that I can't affect it by holding it. So let's start it off now. It feels very comfy, you know. It's amazing how it deals with these buttons. Right, that's the end of that. Let's find out what we got. We had a mean vibration level of 4.5 and a max of 6.3. Let's see if the S-Class can do any better. Okay, we're going to do the same thing in the Mercedes. So, cruising at 70, got my sound meter there. I'm just going to reset it and shut up. Well, there's a coincidence. 77 decibels, exactly the same as the Bentley. But how will it compare for suspension comfort? I'm going to drive over the cobbles again at 30 miles an hour. I'm just going to lay this down and then reset it as soon as we hit the cobbles. See what we get. Here come the cobbles. It feels wafty. It does feel a bit smoother on my bottom. And there we go. So, my bottom doesn't lie. The mean was 4.4 and maximum 5.6. So this is a little bit more comfortable, and my phone has proved it with science. Now, if you'd like to see an even more luxurious S-Class, then click on the pop-out banner up there for the link in the description below to watch my in-depth video review of the Maybach. This car is so comfortable you could even travel in the boot, especially with this S-Class, because its capacity is 550 litres, which is pretty blooming good. The Bentley though, its boot is smaller. It's, can I do this? Don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm going to try it. Its capacity is 420 litres, which means it's not quite as roomy for your luggage or your stowaway either. Yeah, bye. Now it's time to really put the boot into this Bentley. I'm talking about my boot to the accelerator pedal because I'm going to launch it. See how quick it is from 0 to 60 and over the standing quarter mile. Obviously it's going to be quicker than the Mercedes, it's got bigger engine, more cylinders. So what I'm going to see is how close it gets to the manufacturer's claim time. It's supposed to do 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds, but what will it really do? Let's find out now. Launch. There we go. Oh yeah. Good launch, proper launch control on this. 3.7 seconds. What's the quarter mile? 11.93. Okay, I've jumped into the S-Class and it's the same thing again. I'm going to see how close it can get to its claim 0 to 60 time of 4.9 seconds. I'm going to launch it. We don't have a dual clutch automatic gearbox with launch control. It's a 9-speed torque converter, but it's very smooth. Let's see if we can launch in a smooth way. Here we go. Oh, it's actually pretty good. 0 to 60, 5.07 seconds, so 0.1 of a second slower than Mercedes says. What's the quarter mile though? 13.48. Finally, let's compare these cars' range, because if you own one of these vehicles, you don't want to be stopping all the time to fill up with fuel, because time is money, right? Anyway, this Mercedes has a 76 litre fuel tank, whereas this Bentley has a 90 litre fuel tank and a rather lovely metallic fuel filler cap. Wonder if I can get a spark and cause a fire. Don't worry, it's actually plastic. However, while it's got a bigger fuel tank, it's got a bigger engine. So I've averaged 20.5 miles per gallon in that Bentley, and I've averaged 33.1 miles per gallon in this Mercedes. And when you multiply that figure by the fuel tank capacity, I'd be able to do 553 miles in this Mercedes and 406 in the Bentley. Obviously the hybrid would be more efficient, but then so would the diesel or hybrid version of the Mercedes. So then, what's my final verdict? The Bentley costs twice as much as the Mercedes. Is it really twice as good? Well, no, it's not. Not objectively speaking. You know, if you're rich and you want to be chauffeured around in utmost luxury and fly under the radar, get yourself an S-Class. You'll be very, very pleased with it. However, if you prefer to do more of the driving yourself and you like to be seen, get the Bentley. After all, what's an extra £100,000, eh? I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like. If you didn't, give it a dislike. Let me know by voting in the pinned comment which car you would have, the Bentley or the Mercedes. Click on those windows there for some more videos, and on that box there if you need to sell your car, because you can do it through CarWow.